everybody. I'd like to open the regular village board meeting for the village of Shorewood on July the 28th in the year 2020. Would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. See, this is going to be a blast. All right. Diane, roll call.
Mayor Chapman,
Here.
Dan Anderson,
Yeah. Dan's not going to be with us tonight, either over the phone or in his present form. Okay, so keep going.
okay, Steve Brockman,
Here.
CC DeBold,
Here.
Barb Kirkland,
Here.
and Dan Warren.
Here. What about
Okay,
Tony? She didn't call Tony.
Luciano here?
yeah. Trustee Luciano, are you on?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Diane, call Trustee Luciano into the roll, please.
Luciano,
Here.
okay.
Okay. Let the record show there's a quorum. The regular village business, if we had any tonight, could and would be done. Right now, I'm going to move on to citizens. Are there any citizens that wish to address the village board? Not hearing any break-in. I'm going to move on to tonight's consent agenda. Diane, no minutes available from July the 14th?
No,
Okay. I make a motion to remove the approval of regular meeting minutes of July the 14th.
So moved. This is Cookie.
Second, Dan.
Okay, Diane, roll call, please.
Dan Warren,
Yes.
Steve Brockman,
Yes.
Barb Kirkland,
Yes.
Tony Luciano,
Yes.
and CC DeBold.
Yes.
Okay, the minutes have been removed from the consent. The only thing that we have is approval of accounts payable in the amount of $146,523.09. Are there any, is that item wish to be reviewed later in the meeting? Or can I accept a
Motion to pay the bill?
pay the bill?
Second.
Okay, Diane, roll call, please.
DeBold,
Yes.
Warren,
Yes.
Brockman,
Yes.
Luciano,
Yes.
and Kirkland.
Yes.
Consent agenda stands approved as read and amended. We'll move on to reports and communications. Diane, any communications to the board?
No, there's none.
Okay. Under my report, The only thing, well, what I'd like to mention is that I requested the executive session be done after the cow meeting or during the break from the cow meeting and adjournment, because there's going to be items discussed at the cow meeting which will be germane to our executive session. So that's why the executive session's after the cow. Okay. One more item as we go through this COVID-19 and other items. I'm sorry about my mask. It seems to be slipping down. The microphone is pulling, I think. But this past 4th of July, can you hear me? All right.
Yeah.
Past 4th of July was probably, and I know what everybody's going through with the being told to stay in their houses and the boredom that people feel and things that they were going to go to that they couldn't go to, and people just kind of decided they were going to put their own show on. Understood your situation just like anybody else. I sat out in my backyard and just kind of enjoyed what was going on around me. And but we had serious injuries this year, okay? And God bless the young lady that's going through a lot of surgeries, okay? And I'm not violating any HIPAA rule here, and at least that I know there, Mr. Attorney. I don't, just by talking about her. But it's a shame that occurred. Nobody intended that to happen, but it just demonstrates the danger that people who aren't professionals at putting on fire displays or firework displays should be thinking about. I mean, that lady's going to be years now for one night, for one event, for somebody wanting to put on a show for the kids and the neighbors and all that type of stuff. She's going to be suffering and may not fully recover for years. There's 2 other people that got injured pretty serious at the same event. The chief and I have discussed it. They're illegal. Okay, they're illegal in the state of Illinois. And the problem always has been is trying to enforce it and getting around to the different areas. Plainfield put out some pretty big fines this past year, and I had asked the chief, and I'm asking this board to say, look, there's a reason they're illegal, and these people that got injured, seriously injured, are the reason that they're illegal. This could be a young child who got blinded. This could be things. Is it worth it? You know, again, it's like not wearing this mask because you don't think it's necessary. 98% of the people around you think it is. Join the flock and get on board with it and say, you know, I'll wear it, even if I'm laughing underneath it. But the fireworks display next year, and the reason I'm bringing this up right now is, number one, I've got a little bit of time. Number two is, if you're planning on running over and catching the sales in Indiana, because now it's after the 4th, so I'm sure everything is on super sale. And if you go over, think twice about it. Think twice about bringing them back into Shorewood and firing them off next year. because you may be. There was actually an arrest made on this incident. So a lot of lives have been disrupted just for a few bangs and flashes. And what really bothers me is that this village board allowed and paid for a full display that you could have went somewhere and got into a park and watched some professional fireworks go off. But, so at any rate, enough preaching. I'm sorry for those people. I'm praying for them. I really hope that everybody recovers fully and they get back to their lives as it is today, okay? Any questions? Any comments? Okay. Okay. There is no order of business tonight. So I'd like to move on to reports. Trustee Warren, Public Works.
Thank you. I don't have any report tonight.
Well,
Wasn't really prepared.
give me a chance to take a drink. Trustee Brockman, Planning and Zoning Commission.
Okay, Mayor, thank you. Our next meeting will be August the 5th here at the Village Hall. And Kelly has indicated we have 2 agenda items presently: conditional use to operate a physical culture health service gymnasium and reducing salon at 312 Gregory Street for Rise Above unconventional training, and text amendments to add and revise definitions, amend fence regulations, clarify regulations regarding visibility on corner lots, relocate mobile home park regulations from building code into the zoning district regulations, regulate nonconformities, and update zoning officers' responsibilities. So that'll be on August the 5th here at 7 o'clock here at the Village Hall. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Trustee Kirkland, Parks and Recreation.
Thank you. Splash pads run daily from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Please be mindful of social distancing while at the splash pads and playgrounds. Pavilion rental applications are being accepted for all pavilions except for the North Pavilion at Seni's Four Seasons Park. And be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to the Village Facebook, Instagram, and Constant Contact for Village updates and news about special events and programming. Thank you.
Okay. Trustee Luciano, Citizens Advisory Committee. Trustee Luciano, Citizens Advisory Committee.
Sorry. At the last meeting, we had quite a few people, residents, come before the board concerning the chicken ordinance. And what I did is I sent an email out to all the members of the Citizens Advisory Committee to get their opinion on what they thought about the ordinance. We had discussed this when we first started the Citizens Advisory Committee, but I thought we'd get a newer opinion on what their feelings were. 17 of the committee members responded. Out of the 17, 3 thought it would be okay. 5 thought it would be okay with conditions. Some of the conditions were no roosters, no slaughtering, limiting the number of 1 or 2 chickens. Land would be at least 3 acres, and that the individual would have to take a sanitation class. And then there were 9 people who strictly said no. The only reason I mention this, I know we're going to be discussing it later, and I was asked to get this information, so I wanted to pass it on to the board. Lastly, our next meeting will probably be in September, hopefully, if the governor releases and allows us to have meetings with more than 10 people. So our next meeting will be in September, and anyone interested in getting involved or have anything, concerns they'd like to address to the committee, can contact anyone through the village website. Thank you.
Okay. Well, thanks for that information on the chickens, okay? I think that is a lot, okay, so good job. Okay, entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, now prior to us going into adjournment, we need about 7 minutes between so that our television booth can get switched over for the cow. Board members that are coming in electronically, just hold on. So it'll probably be about a 7-minute delay. Okay?
Don't need the roll call.
I don't.
Oh,
I just
Oh, I got it.
trying to hear whether it's okay or not. Okay, well,
Okay.
okay, thank you. Okay, Diane, roll call?
First, I just want to say, if when you do first or second it, could you please state your name too? So I have a first with Dan Warren and a second with CC DeBold. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, roll call is Warren,
Yes.
DeBold,
Yes.
Brockman,
Yes.
Luciano,
Yes.
and Kirkland.
Yes.
We're adjourned.